Let me also bring on board Ramdev Agarwal, Managing Director and Co-founder of Motilal Oswal Financial Services, and Sanjay Dutt, Director Quantum Security. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you and thank you for joining us. Sanjay, this question is coming your way. Sanjay, for those who are excited about today's event, here's a polite reminder that 5 out of 8 times markets have always fallen on the budget day.
No, I don't think so, Nikunj, because coming into the event we are reasonably light. Last 2 days we've had a very good shakeout. People have turned skeptical. So I would bet on the fact that we would have a positive close today, and I'm quite hopeful that Mr. Jaitley and Mr. Modi's team would come out with a good document that is a long-term focus more than short-term tinkering.
Sanjay, would you say though that 7,800 perhaps was the near-term ceiling, or is there a chance that the market could peak up higher than that?
I think there's a reasonably good chance that over the next fortnight or probably in this settlement, market would make a new high. I don't have any reason to doubt that the statements of this event, and more importantly the specifics that may be spelled out in the days ahead, even outside the budget, would be positive. So I'm reasonably convinced that there is a chance we may make a new high within this month.
Hear your bullish voice earlier in the morning, because everyone is just cribbing about the 3% fall from the near-term highs. Ramdev, I want to come to you. As Mr. Jaitley is going to present his maiden budget today, do you expect him to focus more on bringing economy back on high growth path or fiscal consolidation?
So there are 2 types of events. One of the outcome is that high growth. Eventually the outcome will be high growth, but he can't control the high growth. So he has to do things under his control. So even for high growth, what you need is a fiscal consolidation. You need investment cycle to get revived. You need ease of doing businesses. I think the businessman from all sides is harassed, and there is a very difficult conditions created. Of course, with a good meaning, but clearly very difficult conditions have been created. So how much of the red tape has been cut, or how much reforms have been given, so the doing business in India becomes easier, first for the domestic businessman, and then also for the foreign businessman. So overall, job creation will happen only if the businesses happen. If businesses don't happen, then there is no question of job being created.
Sanjay, there are 2 aspects or 2 areas where expectations are running high: subsidies and GST. Do you think the FM will address both those issues?
My sense is on the subsidy regime, just like what we've seen over the last 2 years, the diesel as well as petrol, I think the other subsidies that are the biggest bugbear, which total up to about 2.5 lakh crores, things like LPG, kerosene, fertilizer, etc. He will lay out a roadmap, a calibrated roadmap ahead, which would bring down these subsidies to reasonable level. Obviously, we can't eliminate them, but a calibrated roadmap he would lay down, and those can easily be absorbed by the economy and by the consumer. And obviously, those have a much better long-term impact also. You can't suddenly expect him to announce that there will be a 20,000 or 60,000 crores cut in subsidies this year. I think he will do in a calibrated manner, and obviously all this can be done outside the budget also. So we shouldn't just focus on one document, with regard to subsidies or other kind of things. Yeah.
Ramdev, the general expectation is that fiscal deficit target will be between 4.1% to 4.3%. Will a higher fiscal deficit spook the markets, or do you think it largely depends on the quality of spending?
I think quality of spending will be very important. First thing is, how honest is the number crunching, in the sense that are you really honest about the provision for subsidies and those kind of things. So that is the first level. Second is that how much is the revenue deficit, and how much you have been able to mobilize for the capital expenditure in the economy. Because typically what happens is that bulk of the tax revenues go for the meeting the consumption needs, and there is nothing left for the building of the infrastructure and other things. So I think those kind of things will be looked into, but very important thing will be how honest is the number, and you have to also account for what has been carried forward expenditure of the past. Unpaid bills has to be paid for, and honest accounting has to be done, and then you have to prudential things, which is fiscal consolidation, and that lays the foundation for further solid growth.
Okay, gentlemen, stay with us. The Finance Minister, Mr. Jaitley, has reached his office. That's North Block. He has just arrived. He would be maybe giving and then he'll like to give a final look at the budget proposal. It's a big day for him. It's a big day for India. It's a big day for market watchers. After a gap of nearly a decade, we will get the first non-UPA budget. 11 o'clock is when the Finance Minister is expected to rise on the floor of Parliament and then start his budget speech. Sanjay, in terms of specific sectors, which are some of the specific sectors where reform push is expected to be the highest?
I think infrastructure is going to be top priority, and followed by, healthcare, education, those kind of sectors where you'll see a lot of focus on. And infrastructure, rightly so, because a good amount of decisions have been pending, order execution has been pending, and therefore linked to that obviously is revival of the public investment cycle. Because as soon as you start focusing on infrastructure, you would be focusing on a lot of public investment being made, a lot of PPP projects, a lot of FDI related projects coming on board. I think the focus would be there as far as sector specific calls are concerned. Of course, followed by healthcare, education, because those are two important things. And another point which I think one would see some amount of focus on and should be there, in my opinion, is job creation, manufacturing, job creation across the country, job creation not really in the organized sector or in the larger corporate sector, but also SME, because that's ultimately the growth engine for an economy like ours. It solves a lot of problems related to urbanization, a lot of other issues. So if one sees some specific steps, and mind you, I'm using the word specific steps, which the Finance Minister and the Prime Minister will walk the talk on, the markets would look at it very positively.
Yes, that's the big question, isn't it? Will they walk the talk or not? Sajid, stay with us. Lots more to chat about, but for now, we're going to slip into a very quick break.
Welcome back. 40 seconds and then we'll get the first pre-open rates. Today is the big decider, the first non-UPA budget after 10 years. 10 years is a decade. That's a long time. The challenge for the Finance Minister will be managing expectations, because markets have seen some degree of run-up and a lot of hope trade is already there in the system. The opening, however, today could be a function of strong global cues, crude, strong close by US equities last night, and a dovish commentary from US Fed. So opening could be strong, but it will be cautious ahead of the budget announcement. I'll be very quick with the first rates here. The first pre-open rates on the budget day are 53 points down, 87 points down. These are crazy rates. I'll tell you what. Aisha, let's give these rates a skip. It's pointless to talk about them.
Totally a skip. I think the Sensex looks the most believable, which is absolutely flat, 0.0%, so we'll stick with that. We also have on board with us Nilesh Shah from Axis Capital. Nilesh, what is it that you would watch out for from the Finance Minister's commentary today?
So, one thing which we are looking forward is creation of jobs, and second, control of inflation. These were the promises on which BJP and NDA came to the power. Now, to create jobs, you require revival of investments, which has really fallen through in last couple of years. Now, in order to create investments, you have to give either soaps like it was given to the, in terms of lower fiscal deficit or better execution, or opening up of defense and railways and so on and so forth. And in terms of creation of jobs, we are looking forward to a scheme like Textile Upgradation Fund, which kind of created lots of jobs in the textile sector. The second thing is then related to controlling inflation, and again that's partially linked with fiscal deficit. If you have lower deficit, hopefully there will be some positive rub-off impact on the inflation. So essentially the budget will focus on reviving investment, creating job and controlling inflation.
What's in it for the market? We've come off 3% from the top of 7,800 recently, and FIRs are not sold. That's the surprising fact. So what is it? People are just sort of profit booking, keeping some powder dry, jump in again once they see what the finance minister has to say?
I think market will be now more focused on what is the long-term roadmap. Clearly, market recognizes that within 45 days it will be difficult for government to lay out everything on table. But there are certain things on which market is looking forward for long-term guidance. I mean, clearly between 2003 to 2008, Indian markets got re-rated when we introduced FRBM. So will there be some sort of fiscal consolidation path laid out for next years in this budget? That's what market will be looking forward. The second thing they'll be looking forward is how are we going to improve our tax to GDP ratio. Now, two things which are crucial for that is GST and second is DTC. In last 5 or 6 budgets, GST announcements have been made, but nothing has been executed. So in this budget, if there is an allocation towards or some sort of concrete roadmap towards GST, that will be fantastic. So markets will give time because they knew that within 45 days it will be difficult to create a proper budget. But they will be looking forward for long-term policy roadmaps in this budget.
So in just yes or no, further consolidation correction ahead or no?
It's very difficult to pick up what will happen in the short term. I mean, clearly 2-3 days back I would have said that market looked little bit heavy, the stock OI had increased, retail participation was high, and probably market was ripe for a little bit of correction. But in last 2 days markets have liquidated some of those open positions. So in terms of budget, market is entering not very heavy, not very light. So I think a lot will depend upon how the institutional investors, especially foreign institutional investors, look at the budget in terms of long-term roadmap.
Sanjay, what could be the big idea from this budget which could kickstart the economy? Because the finance minister or the NDA regime has inherited a weak economy. For the finance minister, the options are limited.
I think the big idea, and obviously all big ideas and out of the box thinking when it's announced is controversial, and a lot of hullabaloo is always made about it. In my opinion, the big idea would be a clear long-term infrastructure bond which permits you kind of a quasi amnesty scheme, VDIS, which makes people to declare their unaccounted monies in the system, outside the system, meaning outside Indian geography, and that money gets locked in for a period of 7 to 10 years and earning a nominal rate of interest. Something like that I think would get a substantial amount of money coming into the system. Of course, like I said, totally out of the box and radical ideas are kind of difficult to really digest at first for a time, and they're obviously controversial. But this government has the mandate to take on these ideas and execute them. So this is one thing which would be kind of a dream idea for me, because we need substantial amount of funds that need to be deployed for healthcare, infrastructure and other areas to revive the investment cycle, and this could be a good way to garner a substantial amount of money, and my conservative estimate is about $10 odd billion can easily come in.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with the railway budget, yet markets on the day rail budget was stable, corrected by about 2% plus. What happens today if the union budget falls short of expectations? What could be the market reaction?